Hi, I'm Steve Jarvis with howtowithstevejarvis.com. We've got the cabinet. We've cut our 45 or 30. It's actually 34 degree angles. What this wall come out to be. And what I did is I took the piece of cardboard and I put it on there and I drew it with a speed square. And we cut it. And I'll show you something. After you cut it, you pull your tape off. See, that tape just helps that wood to keep from splintering. Don't worry about if this is not perfectly cut straight in here. You get as close as you can, but if you're within a ½ inch even. What the critical part is on the front sides where you're gonna see it. Also, too, what I did is I reinforced the back with a piece of wood that was already in here, and I used glue, and I nailed this there to hold this all completely the same shape. So now you can see the hardwood. I've got this cut. We're gonna set this cabinet in, and then we're gonna show you about the sink. So let's slide this back in here. Good, it's good. Alright, now, see how that is? We've got a little piece right there. We can put a little piece of trim right there. That's how the cabinet's going to look, setting in there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to set our sink. We're going to determine where our sink is. Now, what I want you to do is don't put this cabinet in until you just don't nail it, screw it up, because if you need to pull it out and cut out where the plumbing's going to go, and it'll help you to do it from the back side, so that way you don't have to claw in the cabinet. We're pretty much set. Hey, if you got a little gap here on this right here, don't worry about that, because we're going to put a little backsplash here, you know, the same type of wood. We'll put a little backsplash around the edge of it, dress it up just a little bit, and then we'll set the mirror down, and it'll be final touch. Doesn't it look great? We got it cut down. It goes over the tile well. We cut the legs off of it. We're down to a perfect height. Now it's time to set this up. What we want to do is we want to set this, and you have to make sure that this is called a stile, and you're going to feel the distance here, and you're going to measure and see how far that is. That's 3/4 and 3/4, so that's 1.5 inches, and we're 2.5. So 2.5 and 1.5, 2.5 and 1.5. We're going to make sure that we go. So we're going to go 2.5, and then we're going to go back. Make sure you get past the stile. So we have to be back this far, okay? So we're going to make a mark on it. We're going to strip this top down and redo it anyway. So we've got 2.5, and we've got 1.5 inches worth of stock right there. We don't want to have to cut, and we want to back off of that. So we're at 2.5 is there, and then 1.5 inches. Okay, we got our mark here, so that's about where we want it. Now, on this particular cabinet, you could do it just about any way you wanted to do it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my cabinet doors up, and I'm going to look, and I see that my plumbing in the back is dead center. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this sink dead center with this stile right here. So what we'll do is we'll measure that. That's a 3-inch stile. And so what we'll do is we'll make a mark at 1.5 inches. And then that'll be the dead center. Now we'll pull a measurement from the outside edge. 26 3/8. We make a mark on the back side, 26 3/8. We're going to take our measurements. Use a piece of cardboard here. We'll draw a straight line. Okay, now what we're going to do is we know that we got to be further back than that. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this lip at the edge of our mark. We have 1 inch of copper here that's going to rest. So we know that our stile stops right there. So as long as this flange is there, then we'll take a flashlight and we'll look down in there. And that's where the cabinet's going to be. Okay? Now, we'll draw around that circle with a light pencil mark where we can take that down, and then we'll measure in 1 inch all around that, and then we'll drill it and cut it out. Check me out on howtowithstevejarvis.com.